Hello, everyone. Welcome to this very important podcast, Behind the Desk Campus Edition. This is our pre-placement campus podcast. We have with us Nitin Athrole, very senior leader within the firm who heads people, strategy, and corporate affairs. He has more than 30 years of experience in the industry and a very renowned leader. I am very excited to have him with us today. Hi, Nitin. Welcome to this important podcast.
Hi, Priya.
We are very happy to have you here. And we wanted to really understand, given that it's going to be the campus season now, and everybody's super excited and charged up in what every company is looking for. And with your vast experience, we wanted to specifically get your thoughts and inputs to our students here, right? There's a lot of anxiety and a lot of excitement that the students have. What are companies looking for? So we would like to get your views today. But before we get started, and we wanted to dive right in, is how has the landscape changed over the years with respect to hiring? It'll be very important to get your insight here.
So I think a lot of things have changed. I think when I started my career, I think a lot of emphasis was on academic achievements.
Right.
While those remain very important, I think there are additional attributes that we are looking out for amongst the candidates. Principally, we're looking at their ability to problem solve. Have you demonstrated ability to solve problems, initiative, leadership, and being able to relate to people, the empathy factor. The creativity element is becoming important as well because of the technology and how we are able to solve problems using technology, using various other aspects. Being able to lead teams are the critical elements that one would be looking out for.
Thank you. Do you think this dynamic has changed over the years? What we were looking earlier, 10, 15 years back to what we are looking now with all the tech advancements that you've spoken about?
Yeah, so in essence, I think these are success factors for a professional in consulting industry. I think we were not able to, or we were not so focused on evaluating everything else that I mentioned. But I think those are the elements which have become equally important to academic achievements. I think just having academic achievements, not being able to demonstrate the other attributes, is now becoming a problem in the last few years because those are the critical aspects that are being evaluated.
Yeah, how important do you think creativity and innovation plays in today's formulation of company? Because you've brought that as one of the changes that we've done over the years, right? And specifically looking at it from our firm standpoint as well. So how important is creativity and innovation, and how does it bring to you the client value that we really do today?
Yeah, in essentially what is happening is that I think clients are looking for innovation. They're looking for solving their business problems using innovation, and which includes use of technology, right? I think that was not important many years back, but today it is really important. And I think just, replicating success in other organizations or in other aspects by itself is not adequate. So how do you bring in new ideas? How do you bring in innovative solutions is becoming very, very important for success on client engagements.
Right. And I think one of the things that we've seen over the years, right, innovation, change is the only constant that you have. So you have to drive innovation to be able to bring value to your clients. So I think that's very rightly said and put, Nitin. Consulting, and we've been students some time back, right? And we see consulting as a very important career choice and very esteemed one, to be honest, right? What sets this career choice apart from the rest of the career options that exist today?
So I think consulting is a great foundation for any student starting their career. And essentially because it does 2-3 things for a prospective candidate. One is that I think the exposure that you get when you join a consulting organization is very rich. You work with very good professionals. You learn from them. You learn from the clients that you're engaging with. In addition to that, I think the ability to work in a structured way. and having a process to achieve what you want to achieve. Those are good training grounds. It sets you up to be a good and successful professional. A consultant has to be good, as we discussed, in terms of innovation, creativity, ability to deliver, and ability to work in with very smart people in a team. I think these are factors which help you shape your own perspective as you're starting your career. So whether you continue to be in consulting for rest of your life, or you consider that as a solid foundation, both ways, it actually is very rewarding.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. And I think consulting stands out as a career choice because you're able to impact various industry, various functions that you're talking about, and you see the effectiveness and change that you bring about, right? We've also seen within the firm, people start the career here and really grow to make it a partner, which is, of course, very ambitious. And we've had those ambitions being fulfilled here within the firm, which is important part of our culture, right? How do you think the culture stands out for a firm, and why is culture so important?
Well, culture, I think, is critical, right? Because you can have very good, smart people, but if they can't work together, if they don't focus on the right things which lead to solutions for clients, quality of delivery, innovation, thought process. So all of that has to be nurtured. I don't think it happens automatically. The organizations have to create an ecosystem which allows people to be creative, to be able to take some risks. And the growth in consulting is then, also because it's a very structured career path. I don't think this kind of structured career growth, which is actually monitored and looked at by the organization, is necessarily true for many organizations. So I think what happens is that, we know that when someone joins, we want to train them. We want to train them in certain basic consulting skills. They have to be trained in technical skills. And that is a fairly structured program, which actually is preparing people for the next level of responsibilities, next level of performance that is expected. So I think that's one key difference.
And what would be your tip, Nitin, if I was to ask, right, from students' perspective, when they are assessing this culture for themselves and finding it a fit as an option when they go ahead and choose?
Yeah, so I think everyone has to do their homework. There are many choices. I think becoming aware of which organization you're looking at, how does it fit in with your aspirations, is an important aspect that everyone has to do. You don't want to join the wrong place, and the organizations don't want to hire the wrong people. So the more homework people will do, and you can do homework, obviously there are websites, each organizations have, get a lot of information. But I think also talking to people who have worked there or are working in those organizations is a great source of information and authentic information in that sense. So you got to assess.
There you go. You've given some very important tips to students, but I think it's very important in today's context. Networking, understanding, doing a little bit of research, homework, which goes a long way, right? And even when you choose any consulting career or any career for that matter, you have to really get your homework alignment because the motivation drive comes from there.
Absolutely. And if I'm looking at a candidate, I would give a lot of credit if the person knew about our organization, if the person shows that they have actually put in some effort to understand us, our culture, what we stand for, and why this organization is a right fit for that individual. I would certainly, appreciate if somebody demonstrated that in an interaction.
Sure. Anything that students should be aware of the latest industry trends? For example, ESG is being spoken about quite a bit. What would you like to share with them so that they are more prepared of what's happening within the industry today?
Yeah, I think ESG is a key trend, of course, that we see, and for right reasons. Therefore, understanding what ESG means and how does it get embedded in a consulting or an advisory kind of engagement is something that one should understand. And of course, we train people on that. But if people have done their homework, they have understood that, that's critical. I think not only just ESG, talking about technology, talking about innovation, market disruptions that are happening. I think these are all aspects that people have to have a basic level of understanding, or at least a perspective on how does that impact industry, how does that impact the value that we can deliver to clients.
Now, sure, I think that's very important today, and staying abreast about what's happening in the industry, locally, geographically, globally, I think that's going to be very important as well. So thank you, Nitin. I think before we let you go, right, you've shared a lot of important tips, but what are top 3 things that you would like to ask the students to do today, right? We've already shared in our conversation, but anything additional apart and over and above that?
Yep. So when you're stepping out of your student life into a professional career, I think it would be important for you to have thought through what you really want to do in life. Consulting is attractive, but there are many other options, and people need to think through that, yes, this is what we want to do. So the more you talk to people, you take guidance, the better you are prepared to make the right career choices. I think ability to demonstrate leadership, initiative, working in bit of ambiguity where you don't have all the answers, but you are able to navigate through that. I think those are important things that you should be able to demonstrate. And I think most importantly, have the right mindset for what you're going to do. And you have to assess whether you are making a right choice for yourself. So the more you can think about it, the more you can talk to people, get information, you're better prepared for the interviews that you're going to have, and you're probably making then better career choices.
Thank you. That's really awesome, Nitin. I'm sure the students will take away a lot. The motivation, the drive, being informed, taking the guidance that they seek will really help them understand the career choices that they have and excel in whatever they do. You definitely have had the right career choices made for yourself and really grown in the industry. We are really thankful to have you here with us. Thank you so much, Nitin.
Thank you, Divya.
That brings us to the end of this podcast. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We really got some important insights today from Nitin on what will help us prepare. Please have the motivation, drive, resilience, be informed. Some of the key things that he shared in our podcast today. Take it easy, make the important choice, and make the right choice for your career. Thank you.